Znači, tražim, jer ovdje nema sredstava za život. Ovo je močvara. Znači, oni nas tretiraju onaj pas, ker, kako vi kažete. Bolje se poštuje i bolje se gleda nego mi ovdje. Ovaj život za ovdje nema dugo života.
They are dealing with this issue or with the forced evictions sort of very low profile. The government doesn't make a big fuss because of the media, because of the NGOs.
I rekli su kako imamo rok 2 sata da se spremimo, da popakujemo samo najosnovnije stvari.
On the 7th of June 2011, Marsa Jurakic and her fellow residents under the Pacheva Bridge in Belgrade were approached by social workers who presented them with documents they claimed were records of the people living there.
Međutim, mi smo to na brzinu potpisali to sve. Nisu nam rekli da treba da nas iseljavaju, da trebaju da ruše. Međutim, nakon pola sata nismo ni znali da su bageri bili sa strane sakriveni. Tako smo seli u autobus, ubacili nas, bageri su to pogazili i stvari naše.
Krenula je policija ispred nas, policija iza. Nisu dozvoljavali, znači, nikom da izađe dok nas nisu dovezli ovdje, to je 1-2 sata vožnje.
The families were relocated to the village of Dren, located in the municipality of Obrenovac. They arrived to empty containers surrounded by a swamp.
Znači, deca, struja, voda, ostano u dvorištu, čim kupatilo. Je bilo, znači, ono što je prigledno za normalan svet. To što nemamo ovdje.
Šta je ovo, divljina? Jer mi smo u Beogradu opet kako tako se snalazili, privatno smo radili. Ovdje ne možemo da radimo. Nije ne možemo, nego nemamo gde. Ovo su sve livade i njive.
Finding work in Obrenovac could be difficult for the families, and local human rights organizations are concerned about their living conditions.
their houses are not adequate in any manner, you know. They don't have water or electricity for now.
Kad smo vidjeli da su kontejneri prazni, ja sam 3 dana plakala.
Drugo, vodu nismo imali isto to već 2 dana, znači voda nije bila. Odande niko nas nije obišao, niti iz Skupštine grada, niti iz socijalne službe. Da li je ovo normalno za ovu decu, pa da li se neko pita da li ova deca mogu to sve?
There isn't a dialogue about it, and we'd like to see that sort of dialogue happening with people who are going to be affected in this way.
Ovdje kad smo rekli da nećemo da potpišemo, kaže pa ako nećete izvolite put pa doviđenja. Gde ću ja, bolesna žena, primjer sa 1. kategorijom koje primam socijalno, od embolije sam bolesna, gde ću ja sa 2 sina primjer?
According to international and domestic law, Serbia is obliged to respect, protect and fulfill the right to adequate housing. Under the Decade of Roma Inclusion program, of which Serbia is a state party, the country has committed to improving the living condition in Romani settlements, an achievement hindered by illegal evictions and the provision of unsustainable and inadequate container housing. The next big eviction is said to take place here in Belgrade, where Ljublinka Retković lives with her disabled son and her grandchildren.
Kako će da bude to iseljenje i gde, kad, ne znamo. Ako ga stave slučajno u kontejner, onda bit će mnogo teško.
Ljublinka's neighbor, Borka Vasic, is a human rights activist who has dedicated her life to fight for the rights of the Roma.
Tu su smeštene porodice jako siromašne. Bilo ih je do prošle godine je bilo preko 100 porodica u ovom delu. Sad je ostalo samo 6 sa ove strane u ovoj trasi za iseljavanje zbog puta koji treba da se radi.
After an operation 10 years ago, Ljublinka's son was left with open wounds. Today, he has brain damage and his mother claims that she is not receiving the medical attention he needs, despite the fact that she has health documents. This woman, like many other Roma, is a refugee from Kosovo. Her personal documentation was left behind when she fled to Serbia, and she claims that she cannot get medical treatment for her deceased son.
No, the pump is there.
We call them the population of legally invisible persons. Those persons are not registered upon birth. They are not registered as persons before the law, so they're not recognized as persons that can access their rights. They don't exist.
Without proof of residence, Ljublinka is not eligible to receive the help she needs.
Po kante radimo, znači od kante zavisimo ja i moj sin 3 dece, znači onaj drugi 3. Odakle onda mu da prijavu stana kad on ne živi nigde nego na ovoj deponiji? Odakle mu prijava stana?
In April 2011, Amnesty International published a report where the NGO urged Serbian authorities to stop forced evictions of the Roma population. The report found that there has been an increase of forced evictions since 2009, after Roma families were forcibly moved from their homes under the Casella Bridge in Belgrade. Amnesty International reported that since then, many people have been living in inadequate accommodation and poverty. The mayor of Belgrade, Dragan Đilas, responded with a €73,000 campaign, where he published a letter in Serbian newspapers expressing his anger at the statements made by the NGO.
Regarding your demand that every Roma family who lives under unhygienic circumstances in Belgrade should be provided with accommodation, I will repeat officially that this kind of demand could not be accepted and is impossible for the city of Belgrade. There are moral and financial reasons behind this. For someone to settle down on a particular part of land or park is not a good enough reason to receive housing. The Roma population in Belgrade should not be discriminated against, nor should they be privileged. The only legal opportunity for Roma families to get social housing in the city is by applying for it like the other less privileged citizens in Belgrade.